Hi guys, I'm Noko Marble. Welcome to my channel. This is my yoga core strength video that you can use to supplement your yoga practice or any workout. It's a great way to develop the muscle that support your spine to prevent back pain and back injury. The exercises are progressive. We start with the easiest one first and then we keep adding on. The key to move to the next exercise is to be able to maintain the neutral alignment in your low back. You'll need your mat and a block. Also, I will be using a stick. This is from a broom. So I just took the part from the broom out. If you don't have any stick, a strap can work as well. Let's get started. Let's start on our back. Arms extended. Knees pointing up. Heels close to the glute. Let's start with 3 conscious breaths. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Last one. Let's extend the arms again. In this position, keeping the eyes closed, I want you to notice the arch in your neck and your low back. You want to maintain this arch as much as possible throughout the exercises unless I ask you to modify it. This is what I will refer to as our neutral spine, neutral position. This is the safest position for your spine. Now notice what happens. You can open the eyes. Notice what happens to your back as you bring the arms up and back. So your upper back, your mid back, and upper back or thoracic spine starts to lift off the floor. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to press your belly, your ribs in, tuck your ribs in, squeeze it in. Imagine somebody's punching you into the stomach and you really compress everything in. And now if you do the same movement, your spine is no longer moving because you're providing support for your spine. Let's try another one. Relax your belly again. And focus should be on the low back this time. Notice what happens to the low back when you extend the legs. Your hips, your pelvis just tilts and it creates a deeper arch here that's not the best position for your spine. Let's bend the knees again and find our neutral alignment. And again, imagine somebody's punching you in the stomach. Keep everything tight here and extend your legs. And you notice that you are able to maintain the neutral alignment of your spine. So that's what we want to do throughout the entire sequence. Anytime you notice that you're arching your back, means you have to take a step back to the previous exercise, strengthen your abdominals until you're ready to move on to the next step. Let's get on our knees and forearms. We're going to do another exercise to understand how to engage the belly. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to exhale really quickly through the nose or mouth, doesn't matter, and pull everything in. Inhale, exhale. Same thing, imagine somebody's punching you in the stomach. Inhale, exhale. Again. I'm going to continue a few more rounds like this. If you want to challenge yourself, you can just extend your legs. Same thing. Four more. Last one, you're going to keep the abs up. Hold it up, hold it tight. And release. Okay, on our back again, let's get started. With the knees bent, pointing up, feet flat, hip width apart. So I'm going to start just with the arm. Inhaling, exhaling, squeezing everything in without rounding the low back. So you still want to maintain the neutral arch without compressing everything into the floor at this point. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Same thing, exhale. Hold it in. Inhale, exhale. Adding the arms. Inhaling, exhaling. Only go as far as you're comfortable with your arms. Some of you may hold it right here. Some of you may go further back. There's no straining in the shoulders. You can even open your arms wider. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Again. So the abs remain tight the whole time. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Moving on, so maybe some of you may keep doing the same exercise, or you can challenge yourself by extending one leg out. Remember to maintain the alignment with the back, extending the arms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Let's do one more this side and then we switch right away. And other side, extending the other leg out without arching the back. Here I'm not holding anything. You notice how my ribs are flaring, and I bring everything down the back of my ribs towards the floor. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Again. Two more. So we're using the transverse abdominis. We're also using the hip flexors and knees to the chest. Relaxing the low back, relaxing the abdominals. Let's slowly drop the knees onto one side. If it's a little bit too intense, you can always have your block, a pillow underneath your knees. I'm going to place my left hand underneath my head to support my neck, keeping this left elbow wide open. Shoulders are facing straight up and hips somewhat to the side, so we're working on the oblique muscles. Right arm extended, inhaling, exhaling, sliding the fingers. Inhale, exhale. As we bring the shoulders up, we want to maintain space underneath the neck. There should be no straining in your neck. If you're straining, means you need to support your neck a little bit more. Maybe not going as high. So let's keep doing this. If you want to challenge yourself, same thing, you can extend the leg. And in, and out. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. We're going to switch side. If you're using a block, you can prepare your block to the other side. Shoulders face straight up as we roll the knees to the other side. I'm going to place my opposite hand behind the shoulder. So my knees are rotated towards the right side, right arm behind the neck, and left arm extended. Inhaling, exhaling, squeezing the ribs. Let's see if we can keep the shoulders facing the ceiling as much as possible. Option to extend your leg to add a little bit more tension, a bit more load to the exercise. Let's do 3 more. Keep pressing your ribs in as you bring your shoulders up. Let's do last one. Hold it up, hold it. Long neck and shoulders down, back to center, rocking side to side. As we work on the abdominals, I think it's always important to think about the low back and also strengthen the low back. So we're going to alternate doing some ab exercises as well as low back. So if you have a tight back like mine, you can open your legs a little bit wider. It's going to be easier with your toes pointing in. Also, if you have your hands underneath your shoulders, it's going to be easier than having your hands further forward. So those of you who want a challenge, you can always have your legs close together and your hands further forward. You can try different options, move from one option to the other and experiment. And inhaling, opening, exhaling down. So with this exercise, we're actually not strengthening the back. We increasing the range of motion, lubricating the low back, the mid back. So your lower body is fully relaxed. You don't want to squeeze anything at this point. We'll do that a little bit later. And inhaling up, exhaling down. Keeping the neck aligned with the spine. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Let's do one more. And down, just relax. Hands underneath the shoulders, on all fours, stretching the spine into a cat, cow, and back to neutral position, onto our back again. For the next exercise, I'm using a stick. This is actually from a broom. Anything that's rigid is probably better, but if you don't have anything rigid, you can also use a strap. I'm going to show you how we are going to use it. On your back, started by finding your neutral position in your low back without arching or compressing the spine down. Just compressing the ribs in. So imagine somebody's punching you. And with the stick here, elbows have to remain extended the whole time. So keep your eyes on the elbows. So this is a block or break so that my knee doesn't come in here. If I allow my knee to come in, I relax the abdominals. So keep your stick or your strap right here. Let's get started. I'm going to start with easiest first, and then if you feel ready to move on, go ahead. Otherwise, keep doing the same thing. Inhaling, exhaling, pressing the belly in. Inhaling, we tap the heel. Exhale in. Again, inhale, exhale. Keep your elbows straight. If you want to get a little bit more tension into your abs, you can move this right leg further out. So experiment on your own, keeping your elbows in. Next step, this is the other option. So you can extend the left leg up. And right here, right knee bent. Same thing with one leg up. So it requires a little bit more work in the abdominals. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. Option to stay right here or to keep going. The next one, even more challenging. So can have your your lower legs are parallel with the floor. Make sure your knees are not in. Here I can fully relax my abdominals. Right here, I'm engaging the abdominals. Same leg, we're still working on the right leg. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And last challenge, even more challenging, extending the other leg out. So really control your low back here. Let's do 1 more. And relaxing knees to chest, pulling, squeezing the knees, giving yourself a big hug, just relaxing. Now we have to work on the other side, starting from the first exercise, using your stick, your strap as a brake for your left thigh this time. Inhaling, exhaling, pressing the ribs in. Inhaling, tapping the heel out and halfway in, out, halfway in. Again. Now focus on your low back. Shouldn't feel any discomfort in your low back. If there's any discomfort, okay, you want to skip this exercise. Let's either keep doing this or moving to the next step with one leg extended. Right leg extended and left knee bent, elbows fully extended and out and in. Again. Option to play with the distance where you tap your heel so you can stay close to your glute or further out. And let's go to the next option. Both feet up, knees bent, lower legs parallel with the floor. Out and in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Two more. Moving on to the last one. And in and two. Let's do two more. And let go of the stick. Give yourself a big hug. Relax. Working on the low back again. Planting the feet close to the glute. Palms pressing down. This time, what we're going to do is really press the low back into the floor. So far, I ask you to maintain the neutral arch. This time, we're going to press. So let's start by doing just this. And maybe some of you, that's the exercise you're going to do. And hold it right there. Hold it down. Hold, hold, hold. The next step is going to be to lift the tailbone just 1 inch off the mat. Inhale, exhale. Again. Press. And every time we lift the tailbone a little bit higher. But we start by scooping the tailbone under before we lift. And compress, lift the tailbone. Find the height that works for you. So we're working on the hamstring, on the glute, the low back. And when we press everything down, we're engaging the abdominal. So it's a really great exercise. Now the next step, so remember you can always come back to this exercise, or we're going to use the block to work on the inner thighs, abs and low back. So I think everybody can start with this one. As we contract and press the low back into the floor, we're going to squeeze the block. Inhale, exhale, low back, thighs. Inhale, squeeze, inhale. Again. 4 more. Last one, squeeze and hold. I'm going to hold it here for about 30 seconds. Keep pressing the belly down. Keep breathing. So you should by now start feeling your inner thigh muscles warming up. And as long as you don't have a cramp, as long as your back, hips, knees, any joint are not in pain, you are fine. Keep squeezing a bit longer. I didn't count how long we've been holding it, but it's probably close to 20 seconds. Let's do 10 more. Or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing the block. Legs in butterfly. Just relaxing, hands on the inner thighs. Deepening the breath, relaxing those muscles. Let's combine both exercises. Block between the thighs. So we're going to work on the inner thighs, abdominals, and low back. So as we exhale, we're going to press low back into the floor, squeeze the block, and lift. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze everything and lift. Again. So option to keep doing this, or if you want to challenge yourself, if you want a little bit more, extend one leg out without dropping the block. Same thing. It's much more challenging. And down. Hold it there, relax for a few breaths. And then working on the other side, either both feet down to the floor, on one leg extended. Inhaling, exhaling. Keep squeezing. Squeeze this block. Press your belly in. One more, we're going to hold it up. Hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze this block. Keep pressing the belly in, ribs in. And slowly down, legs in butterfly. Moving on. Okay, we're going to bring the arms up and pressing the shoulders down towards the ground. Going to keep them here, pressing your ribs in, maintaining the neutral arch in the low back. Option to have one leg up or both legs up. So starting one leg up, holding it right here. Same thing with both legs, without arching the low back. Just holding, pressing shoulders into the floor, pressing hips into the floor, just holding it. And either with one foot on the floor, I'm going to bring the arms back. Don't have to go all the way down. Find a place that's comfortable for you and back to center. Remember the first exercise we did when we felt the thoracic spine lifting off the mat? We had to engage the ribs, pressing the ribs down to support the spine. If you have one foot on the floor, let's switch foot. You can always have both legs up. Let's do 4 more. Inhale as you open. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale up. So I'm going to show you the other step. Okay, it can be right here. It's more tension because you have your lower leg further away from your core, from your center of gravity. So the further out your legs, the more tension. So option to either keep going with one foot on the floor, even both feet on the floor. Okay, that's option 1, option 2, and option 3. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's make circles around the tailbone. Reverse. We're going to come back and add on to this exercise. Now first I'd like to work a bit more on the low back. Earlier I told you to relax your lower body, your glute. This time we're going to squeeze everything. Squeeze the glute, press the tailbone down, and also feel like you're lifting your belly button off the mat, away from the mat. It may not actually lift off the mat, but that's how you should feel. Same as earlier, but this time we really work on the back muscles. And up and down. Again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do one more. We're going to hold it up. Hold it up. Long neck. Option to lift the hands. It's much more tension, much more demanding. Hands down. Exhaling in cat. Back to our previous exercise, adding on. So as a reminder, fingertips pointing up, shoulders pressing down, ribs down, belly down. Option keep one foot right here, or one foot lifted, or both feet down. We're gonna work in opposite direction. So right arm's gonna move back, left leg back. And notice if you start lifting your low back, just move the arm only. And imagine you have your stick. Keep going. Okay, or yes, keep going. So my thigh should not come here, because here I'm relaxing my abdominals. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Switching side. So one foot on the floor or both feet up. And out, and in, and out, and in. Again. Three more. For two. Let's do one more. Great. So your abs should feel warm by now. If you ever have a cramp, get onto your stomach. I'm going to show you. Stop the exercise, get onto your stomach, and just stretch your abs. Okay, let's stay onto our stomach, working a little bit more on the back. Same thing as earlier, we squeeze everything, pressing the tailbone down, lifting the belly. Left arm extending down, right arm up. And inhale, lifting the left leg, right arm, and down, and up. Keep the belly lifted if you can. Lift and hold. Option to lift the chest. Option to hold it here or down, and up, and down. Hold, down, switching side, starting with the shoulders and head down, leg up, arm up. As you're doing this exercise, there should be no pain in your low back. If you feel pain, just keep both hands pointing back. And option to lift the shoulders. No jerking, it's a smooth movement up and down. Hold it up. And hands underneath the shoulders, child pose. So child pose, we have the big toes together, knees wide open, hips down, shoulders down. Preparing for a down facing dog. So we keep the elbows extended, fingers spread out as wide as we can, trying to press the index and thumbs deep into the floor as we come on all fours, tucking the toes under, Lifting the knees and pushing the chest back. Let's keep the knees bent for now. Hold it right there. Option to press the right heel down. Other heel down. Good. So we've stretched a little bit. Should feel the stretch in your ankle, calf, maybe even in your hamstring, low back, or even shoulders. We're going to come back to this. I want to show you modification first. So first step that you can do, instead of being on your hands, if you're not used to be onto your hands, can be uncomfortable on your wrist. So we can get into our forearms. From here, we move the knees back. So you want to avoid having your knees underneath your hips because you're not going to do much work with your abs. And from here, you're going to extend one leg and pull the knee out towards your elbow. Okay, so we're going to do it right here. You can keep doing this one or the other option. Right here we extend the leg. This time we bring the hips down as we bring the knee forward. And out, and down, and up, inhale. Exhale. This is a great exercise because you also work on your shoulders, on your triceps, on your back, on your flexibility in your ankle, calf, hamstring, shoulders. And switching side. Extending the other leg out, inhaling. Exhaling in and out. And exhaling in. Let's do 4 more. For 3. For 2. And last one. Down facing dog. And child pose. Let's work a little bit on the obliques. We did one exercise earlier. Let's do another one. So from here, extending your leg out, arm up, opposite arm up, inhaling. Exhaling, gonna slide your arm down. Going to one side at first. And then other side, lift your leg. And down and left. Keep your belly tucked under. Let's do one more. Good. Working on the other side. Extending the opposite side. Belly in. Extending your arm down your leg, inhaling. And slide and back. Shoulders and hips face the same direction. Option to keep going that way or to go a bit to the other side. And back to center. Still working on the oblique. Starting with the knees bent, elbow underneath the shoulders, hands flat, belly in, arm up, and bring the hips off the floor. That's option 1. On your way down, try to come slowly down. If you just drop, you're going to hurt your hips. Option 2, you extend your top leg. I'm going to show you option 3. So if it's challenging with the first 2 options, stick to those. Third option, we extend the bottom leg. Place the top foot in front of the bottom knee. Arm up, hold it up and down. Up, up, up. And last option, crossing the legs and up, up, Good, let's work on the other side. Forearms onto the floor, fingers pointing towards the long end of your mat. And lifting the hips. As you lift the hips, sometimes I see this, we twist the hips. So imagine you have this here going through your hips. So you want to go straight, slide up and down, okay, instead of moving away from it. So you can do it maybe against a wall. Next option, and last option, extending both legs. Same thing. Good. Let's stretch those abs. It's the best part. So again, legs wide open. If you don't have a lot of range of motion in your low back, placing the elbows underneath the shoulders. Again, you can widen your elbows if it's more comfortable. Go into the Sphinx, pressing the shoulders down, opening the heart. Just relaxing, there's no tension in the low back. Lower body is fully relaxed. Shoulders down, hands next to the chest, underneath the shoulders, push it off the floor. Exhaling one more time, rounding, tucking everything under. Back to center. All right. Try to incorporate any of those exercises within your regular workout, or even before going to bed, or as you work out, you wake up in the morning. You don't have to do the whole sequence. You can pick one exercise that you repeat for a week, then you pick the next one, and so on until you're able maybe to do the full sequence as we did today. So if you enjoyed this workout, please give me a thumb up. And don't forget to subscribe and to share this video with your friends and family. Thank you for watching. Namaste.